This is the J-Hawks Sports Network, powered by Heartland Technology.
All right, welcome back. Third time this week on the J-Hawks Sports Network with Luke Baldwin.
Yes, sir.
You get me for the first time this week. Nate Claiborne, Luke Baldwin, Anthony Baugh, Eric Clark, all in the upper patio of the South Gym. And girls basketball in action again for the third time this week. You get a Saturday matinee, more or less, and against a different opponent in Dyersville Beckman. And if the records show, this is like the first time these two have played, or at least for a long time it's been.
Well, that would make sense because I was thinking about that before the game, and I thought, I don't remember playing Beckman in basketball. We play them almost every year in a tournament in volleyball, a couple tournaments actually, but this is the first for me that I remember anyway. So looking forward to a new matchup.
Beckman coming in at 5-4, Jesup 4-5, and Luke, you had the opportunity to call the games this week, and Jesup tight with 2 losses last night against Olwine, Tuesday night against Grundy Center. They've got to get better at shooting and also containing some fouls.
Yeah, Tuesday night was hopefully an anomaly. It was just a tough match every which way. Last night I thought they played actually very well. They were aggressive. Intentional with their passes and their drives to the rim. Gave a lot of fouls, as did Olwine. The difference was Olwine made their foul shots. We did not.
So there's your difference right there.
Yep.
So Dyersville Beckman again coming into tonight, coming off a win just recently this week, 49-40 over Alburnett. Lost 4 before that, West Delaware, Cascade, Monticello, Maquoketa. And we talked about the losses this week with Grundy Center, Olwine. Although Jesup, going into break, they did get the win with three wins in a row, Gladbrook, Rhinebeck, Union, and South Hardin. We're going to turn things over to our PA announcer, Dan Fox, for our starting lineups.
Senior number 2, Maya Meyer. A senior number 10, Shay Steffen. A junior number 12, Reese Osterhoff. A senior number 14, Lil McDermott. And a senior number 20, Jenna Lansing. The Trailblazers are coached by Chad Thomason and assisted by Jill Knipper and Becca Weber. And now for our J-Hawks, a senior number 5, Lady Pilcher. A sophomore number 10, Peyton Boo. A sophomore number 14, Peyton Youngblood. A sophomore number 21, Olivia Nesbitt. And a senior number 24, Taylor Youngblood. The Jayhawks are coached by Jordan Conrad and Jason Pilcher. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as we honor our nation and flag while paying respect to our men and women in uniform around the world who protect our liberties and way of life with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, playing the national anthem by the Jesup High School Orchestra, and we are ready to go here in Jesup for an unusual afternoon game. We always seem to get one or two of these a year that it's a late afternoon.
Yeah, I kind of like these early games. I'll give a quick rundown of the starting lineups for those that didn't catch them. For Beckman Catholic, we've got a senior guard, Maya Myers, number 2, senior guard, Shay Steffen, number 10. I feel like I'm yelling here, Nate. It's so quiet in here.
I feel like I'm picking things up, too. I'm like, is that over the speakers?
Junior Reese Osterhaus, number 12. Senior Lil McDermott, number 14. And Jenna Lansing, a senior, number 20. For your Jayhawks, Lainey Pilcher, a senior, number 5. Peyton Bowes, a sophomore, number 10. Peyton Youngblood, a sophomore, number 14. Olivia Nesbitt, a sophomore, 21. And Sailor Youngblood, a senior, number 24.
It did sound like you were louder than you should have been.
I was like, did Anthony somehow hook me up to the overhead speakers?
Beckman, right off the bat, they get a chance to be the first ones to score, and they are successful with that. Lansing finds her way to the backboard and gets that through and gets the chance for the and one here. 7:40 to go. 2-0 the score in favor of Dyersville. Beckman.
Lansing is 6 foot forward, one of 2 6-footers for Beckman.
Jesup now with it. ACC Lainey Pilcher, who's led this team and is top 5 in the state as far as shooting total points and average points per game in Class 2A, as she hits a big shot to put Jesup in the lead for the first time.
And that was Peyton Youngblood, actually. Lainey had it inside, kicked out to Peyton Youngblood, the sophomore, who knocked down the big 3.
Get the assist anyway for Lainey.
Peyton Youngblood got her first varsity start for the Jayhawks last night, so making it 2 in a row here. Pass
up above.
inside.
Yep, Lansing has it, and whistle blown.
Expect to see a lot of that this evening. When you get a 6-footer on the court, you're going to lob it up to him. Hope for the best. That foul is going to be against Olivia Nesbitt, her first, or her second already. Wow.
Coach Conrad wants a little explanation on what the foul was. The official kind of demonstrating what took place. And we'll see substitution.
Yep, that's going to be Sage Bain coming in, number 15, a sophomore. So four sophomores and I take that back. Still 3 sophomores and 2 seniors on the floor for the Jayhawks.
Bain pulls down that rebound. There's Peyton Youngblood off to Bowes. Gets it off her dribble on that knee. Just trying to hang on to that. You've got a young squad out there right now. I guess you got a couple seniors, 3 sophomores.
Nice feed by Sailor Young, but Lainey couldn't convert it, but great give and go.
They're going to say jump possession will be Jesup ball.
You know, following up on the comment you just made, the last 2 games we've started out that way. It's almost like a hot potato. The girls cannot keep their hands on it. And good look by Sailor. Didn't get it over the outstretched hands of Lansing.
Beckman almost anticipating where that ball was going to go. Little lean in, comes out of bounds towards Steffen. It will be Jesup ball. Thanks for joining us in the Jayhawks Sports Network, powered by Heartland Technology this afternoon.
And thanks for joining me, Nate.
Well, you know, it's been the Luke Baldwin show all week.
Thank goodness. Let's see, Tuesday night I did the girls' game by myself, and then Carson and Camden, who I apologize, Camden, if you're listening. For some reason, I always space your name. They came up and did the boys' game, which was awesome. They did a great job. Thursday night, I did the girls, and then Jason.
Oh, did you leave then?
Or not
and
Thursday,
had them
Friday. Friday, yeah. I went home and listened to it. And then
you said I had enough.
Yeah.
One game's enough for me.
Last night I did the girls, and then Jason came up and joined. But yeah, I spent a lifetime talking to myself, but usually nobody listening. So
I'll have to pull up the boys, get their second game in.
They did a good job. They were calling. Yeah, Durham, Ryan Durham. They call him long sleeve Durham because he wears a long sleeve shirt. It was just funny hearing those guys say that. Long sleeve Durham with the shot.
Osterhaus, deep shot, doesn't work, far side. Beckman hanging on to that ball. 6:03 to go, 15 on the shot. And Osterhaus, little bounce in, one-stepper, no good. Laney chases that down. She'll have it, looks down floor. Youngblood
wasn't expecting it.
Was not expecting it all.
That's not a great place to give Youngblood the ball anyway. I mean, she's not used to bringing the ball down the court, so to get it in open space like that, coming from behind, that's a tough catch for anybody.
Bain posts up, but takes a step on it. She'll get charged for that foul. It'll be Jesup's third team foul. First personal for Bain.
We did have Adriana Bolden check into the game when I wasn't paying attention. She came in for Peyton Youngblood. And we are going to have, let's see, we've got Trista Schmidt and Kayla Lehman in for the Trailblazers. I don't think I've ever known that Beckman's logo or whatever you call it is Trailblazers.
Yeah.
That's a new one to me, which is crazy for all the high school sports I've watched over the years.
Jesup up 7-4. And that basket in. Peyton Bowes in the scorebook. Deep shot, back rim, no good. Off of Schmidt, I believe. Actually, McDermott shot that. And Youngblood goes to the hole.
Nice catch and shoot by Youngblood. Great feed by Adriana Bolden on that.
Sailor Youngblood. To clarify that on this team when you have so many Youngbloods and so many Peytons.
Yeah, I was struggling with the Peyton last night. I kept getting the wrong Peyton with the wrong Peyton.
3 seconds in the lane. They'll ding Beckman. Lehman victim there. 4:43 to go first quarter, and Bain will sit down.
Scout Cohagen into the game. Junior, number 42, center for the Jayhawks.
Peyton Bowes over to Laney Pilcher.
Quickly in to Cohagen, who goes up and rolls around the rim. Nice move.
A couple shots that they've had so far that should have went in. That was one of them. Cross court. Schmidt trying to get past Bolden. Little lean in over to Lansing. Finds an opening with McDermott. She's eyeing that basket from the baseline. Takes it back out again. Osterhaus. Back out. Up with Schmidt. Rim no good. Lansing had it in the hands of McDermott. And they'll slow it down a little bit, but they'll try for a three. McDermott flicks it up there. It's got a little different style of shot, but it works.
They're going to call that a long two. Looked like 3 to
9-6. Looked like she was right there. We'll twirl in the lane. Laney looking for somebody.
Peyton Bowes considers a three. Pass back to Laney, who's going to take the top, set things up.
Bowes back to Bolden. Right side, Junior. Dishes back out to Sailor Youngblood. And Peyton Bowes takes a long shot, and that will go out of bounds.
Peyton Youngblood will check back into the game for Peyton Bowes. We've got a Peyton to Peyton 1-for-1 deal.
And Peyton got the nod, you said last night to start, and she gets it again tonight. Peyton Youngblood.
She's been doing just a great job, really solid on defense, and takes good care of the ball.
McDermott, long shot, that one missed. Rebound, Pilcher. Across midcourt, Peyton Youngblood gives it back to the senior, and Pilcher coming baseline, and she's going to get dinged by McDermott, actually by Osterhaus.
Osterhaus with the body. That will be her second foul.
Osterhaus averaging 10.7 points per game, about 4 rebounds.
Sage Bain back into the game to replace Sailor Youngblood.
Between these teams, shooting about 34, 35% from the field.
Peyton Youngblood bringing the ball up the court.
And that one's going to get stolen. And there's McDermott driving towards that hoop. Can't get it. Bain hit some fingers on it. I think it did come off of a Jesup.
Yeah. I think Youngblood just fell asleep at the wheel on that one. She got caught up in the, what's the offense? What do I need to do here? And forgot she had a ball in her hand.
Schmidt couldn't get it. Trying to keep things alive here. Myers with that ball. Will lean into Lansing. Dish down below to Lehman. And that one will fall in.
That was a nice job by Lehman to seal the defense behind her. Made for an easy up and in. So McDermott giving Youngblood fits, bringing that ball up the court. And that will bring Bose back into the game, who will likely take point guard duties back over as Bolden takes the seat. Peyton Youngblood goes back over to the wing position.
And there's Cohagen up off
Nice
that block.
shot. Cohagen's getting a bit of confidence. You know, early in the season, this is her first year in Jesup. Early in the season, she wasn't as quick to shoot, but I feel like she's gained some confidence each time out. Peyton Bose up the field to Laney, who goes up with it and in. Nice fast break by the Jayhawks.
That's Laney's first field goal of the night. 90 seconds to go. First quarter.
It's not something we often say about Laney with 1:20 to go in the
when you got
first
Laney
quarter.
Averaging 26.4 per game and a 50% shooter.
That was a pretty late foul. I think it was the right call. Completely unintentional by Pilcher, but she will pick up her first.
Sailor Youngblood off the bench. Cohagen will have a seat. And there's McDermott. Gets that inbound. Little force in to get this offense rolling. And Schmidt tries a three out of the reach of Bain. Jesup's defense pulled back a little more conservative. Trying not to give up any fouls. And there's a jostle in between, and Sailor grabs a hold of it, and they will say jump possession, and it goes to Beckman.
And that's one of the things Sailor brings to the table. She did a lot of that last night, too. She does a nice job of getting around the offense and getting a hand on some of those passes and causes a tie-up, which often leads to a turnover and a run-out by the Jayhawks.
The push in, turnaround jumper from Steffen. Haven't seen much from her tonight. Haven't called her name much, if any, but she gets a basket in the board. Under 43 to go. First quarter. Bain deep shot. Nice recovery for the Jayhawks. Pilcher looking for an opportunity. They are covering her hot. They're not allowing Laney much opportunity to get that ball off.
No, Laney will get double teamed in every game she steps on the court for. But you look, Jesup's flying all over the place, going to the ball. Unfortunately, we have a little lapse there that allows them to make a 2-point shot, which I believe they put on the wrong side of the board.
Shoot up from Laney, no good. That'll be it for the first quarter being done. 13-12.
Is that correct?
13's right.
Okay. I was wrong. I was, yeah.
Well, I don't know.
I think I was just looking at the scoreboard wrong. I had it in my head that they put that last shot up for Jesup as opposed to Beckman, but.
Well, they'll get it figured out.
Yeah.
He's down there. Bruce Wall running the sideboard tonight. Ricky Nolan the score. And you got Doug Frush wearing the Zebras tonight, keeping track of the book. So, again, 13-12 is our score. And again, Jesup coming into the rest of the season again with this record now that they're at of 4-4 overall, 1-1 in conference play. As they lost last night to Olwine, but got the victory over Sumner Fred, I believe, is where that stacks up, or no?
No, they dropped.
Olwine
they dropped
and
some. Yeah.
Union maybe.
They dropped Sumner Fred right before Christmas. And
Yep, beat Union 57-40. So into next week, you've got Hudson on Tuesday, Wapsie Valley on Friday, and come back the following Tuesday, got West Delaware. So you got another out-of-conference game and an unusual matchup there at this point of the year.
Yeah, there's no easy games on the schedule.
Olivia Nesbitt.
Yeah, nice feed inside. Olivia back on the court after picking up 2 early fouls. That was Peyton Bowes with a nice little floater over the defense there.
15-12.
Looked like a travel. Rebound, Sailor Youngblood.
Here comes Pilcher across that timeline. Eyes the hoop, it gets it over to Peyton Youngblood. Back up to Laney, into Sailor. Nesbitt open on this left side. Little dish off from Peyton.
Ooh. Nesbitt had a bit of a lane there. I would have liked to see her take that. Going to be a trip on Lansing, which will won't send Bowes to the line. Inbound underneath.
Looks like she hit Lansing on that thigh a little bit. She's kind of hoppling around a little bit. And Pilcher forces one up, and she finds it.
Credit Sailor Youngblood on that. Screened her girl off, almost like a pick, completely legal, but opened up that paint for Laney to catch and do her thing.
Wide open, left side, missed shot coming for Lansing. Actually for Osterhaus, who leads this team.
Nice board by Laney Pilcher, fighting in there. Pass to Olivia, up and in. Way to run the break, girls.
6:30 to go. Nesbitt finally in the book, and Jesup gets the turnover, but they're going to deny that as McDermott will put a hand on it out of bounds.
Laney's face says, "Can I get a call here or what?"
Coming up at halftime, head coach Joe Smines will make his way up to the south patio. We'll talk about this past week, preview next week's boys basketball games.
5-second call, out of bounds. So that's going to turn it back over to Beckman.
Bowes guarding the guard, Osterhaus. Actually, McDermott relatively tight.
You know,
and there's some bravery from Lansing coming baseline, trying to get it up, but Beckman keeps attacking.
Got to box out. They're just all standing there waiting for it to rain on them. You know, was it Beckman that we played in sub-state a few years back for Conrad's first year here when he took him to state? Was that Beckman we played over in the Roundhouse?
I want to say no.
No? Okay.
Halftime, we can check on that. We'll get our stat crew on that.
Nice take by Laney. Runs the court.
Timeout wanted. On the floor.
Coach Chad Thomason says, "All right, enough is enough. We're gonna chat."
So that would have been what year?
Well,
we're going to go back in our archives.
This is his 4th year. 19, maybe. Would have been the one with a bunch of would have been that one.
25 that year. Only as fast as our Heartland internet.
Which is fast.
Is working.
It's fast. He doesn't have his headset on. He doesn't even know.
Was it Roland Story? We beat over there to get to play Dyke.
It was Roland Story.
So yeah, we played. Well, that was at BCLUW. They beat Roland Story. Is that what you're talking about?
No.
They kind of got a mini roundhouse at Conrad.
Okay.
Is that what you're thinking about?
Probably. Yeah.
So yeah, beat Roland Story, and then went on to have to face.
That was Roland's. That's who I'm thinking about.
Have to face Dyke New Hartford that season.
Because Roland Story had that really tall girl who was a stud. I think she went and played college ball somewhere. And nobody really gave us much chance in that game, and we won it.
5:30 to go, first half, 21-12. when you look at a 13-12 score at the end of the first quarter, Jesup's really stepped up here as this second quarter has come through.
Nice defense.
Laney Pilcher gets a hand on that, sends it back towards the south end. Bolden, she tries to force one up. Rebound to Cohagen, and she'll get fouled and get a shoot two.
You know, and give Cohagen some of the credit on the defensive end of the court. She was the first line of defense, stood straight up, forced them to pass over the top, which Laney was able to intercept, and now here she is on the other end. Couple free throws.
That's that first one. We're all going to keep same Jayhawks on the floor with Bain, Peyton Bowes, Cohagen, Bolden, Pilcher.
Schmidt and Lehman checking into the game for Beckman. Joining Lansing, Osterhaus, and McDermott.
Straddle that line, makes it across. There's McDermott with that ball, or Osterhaus. Osterhaus leads this team in scoring, but has yet to score in this game. Lansing, little lob in, tries to help Lehman out, but comes out of bounds.
You can tell. Sorry, go ahead, Nate.
No, I was going to say will be Beckman's ball.
Yeah, you can see Beckman does a lot of that passing over the top, and Jesup has clearly watched some video and is keying on that because Pilcher's been in the middle about every one of those.
Osterhaus trying to get on the board. No
out.
Three, no good.
Nice.
Little Schmidt tries to get it up, block underneath, but Jesup will get the foul, and against Laney it looks like underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it will be her second personal foul, and the 15th foul for Jayhawks.
She was straight up, but it looked from here like she left her feet just for a second. It was right when she bumped Osterhaus with the body.
Lansing's free throw.
Lansing, I apologize. That's who that is.
That left side will miss, and Laney wanted to throw it in from the other side. She was told, no, you've got to come down this way.
Peyton Youngblood, Sailor Youngblood will check in at next dead ball. They currently sit in front of the scorer's table. I'm not a mind reader.
Not yet. Peyton Bowes.
I've been working on it.
Down to Cohagen. You've been married long enough. You should have some sort of skill set.
I don't think it works that way. I think it actually gets worse, Nate.
Peyton Bowes missed the long one. Laney will grab it. She'll put it up off the rim, no good. Still alive, but Beckman will have it. Osterhaus double teamed. Wide open shot, left side, rim no good for McDermott. Whistle blown.
Tell you what, McDermott's not afraid to let him fly. That's probably her fourth three-point attempt. All unsuccessful, fortunately for the Jayhawks.
Looks like she got a little shiner too, so she gets right in there.
Yeah.
Her left eye's got a little black and blue on it.
Peyton Youngblood back in for Peyton Bowes.
Coach Conrad makes some adjustments in the 4-5 between Cohagen and Youngblood as Pilcher brings it across midcourt. Bolden still in the game. Lob into Cohagen. Drives to the hoop, no good. And Beckman will pull in with Myers. And she will angle it to McDermott, who crosses midcourt near side, covered by Peyton Youngblood. Myers wide open three, no good. Rebound in the hands of Beckman.
I tell you what, Cohagen works on her shot in the offseason. She's going to be tough next year. She's got a nice little turn and shoot. If she can dial that thing in and get it in the rim.
Jump possession will be for Beckman. As that switched at the quarter.
Bolden just a little bit out of control there. Lost control of the ball. Pilcher and Cohagen take a seat as Bain and Nesbitt check back in for the Jayhawks. 21-14.
McDermott with Schmidt. And good coverage defensively there by Youngblood. Knocks it out, but she's going to be able to knock it off a green jersey.
Nice job by Youngblood.
There's Bolden, waits for Nesbitt to cross. Peyton Youngblood, now to Bain, little bounce over to Nesbitt, caught in the corner, double team. Peyton Youngblood has it. Give and go to Bolden, forces it up.
Ooh, tough shot, almost had it.
Lehman with the rebound. Down 4 to Schmidt.
Shout out to Sailor Youngblood's grandparents. A set of them in San Diego, California, and Grandpa in Cape Coral, Florida. They supporters of Jesup Sports Network, and I think very rarely, if ever, miss one of Sailor's games. So hello to them. I'm guessing they're both enjoying warmer temps than we are, quote unquote, enjoying here.
Well, at least we got some sunshine.
Yeah, we do.
At
I
least.
shouldn't complain. It's not a bad day.
It could be better.
It could always be.
Yeah.
I mean, we could have a cold, ice cold refreshment in our hands up here. That would make it significantly better.
Yeah, a good Arnold Palmer.
Sailor Youngblood leading the break for a minute there and decides, let me get this to a guard.
Nesbitt in the paint.
Get in
forces
there.
it up, draws a foul.
She's going to go.
4 seconds to play.
She's going to go to the line and shoot a pair. So Nesbitt, you may not have known this. She had a pretty severe high ankle strain she sustained over Christmas and is still kind of coming back from that. And then she also got real sick, dropped about 7 pounds in there. So I think she's still just trying to get her strength back, you know. Before Christmas, she would have elevated above that group and put it in, but she'll go ahead and knock the free throws down instead, as she does. Got a strange-looking man creeping up behind us here. Coach Joe Smines, boys head basketball coach.
Called him a man, though.
Slash AD at Jesup. I think Nate's going to get the pleasure of visiting with him over halftime break. Boys basketball team coming off of a couple of wins, a huge win over Grundy Center on Tuesday night, and then a pretty lopsided victory over Olwine last night.
Emma Bowes in the game now for Jesup here in the last 62 seconds.
Emma's a girl. She's done a nice job for Jesup here this year. Just a freshman, very fast player. As you can see, right to the rim there, can't get the basket, but she gets herself a little bit out of control yet. But again, she's a freshman. She'll get that taken care of. But she's been a fun kid to watch play. She played all 4 quarters of the JV game, so I think she's got 2 quarters in this game she can play, which is the same for Peyton Youngblood tonight. So Nesbitt out of the game. Cohagen in, as Emma will shoot her second shot. See if she can make it 2 in a row. And can't get the roll. 45 seconds left to go in this half.
And there's Myers, little push in to Steffen, who we've had limited scoring with the starters for Beckman, and whistle blown underneath, and we'll send him to the free throw line again with Steffen.
That was a bit of a scrum there. We had bodies flailing everywhere and Beckman resulting in a foul.
Beckman only able to put 4 points up this quarter compared to the 11 so far for Jesup.
Schmidt and Lehman check into the game for Beckman with 32 seconds to go. So after this foul shot, the shot clock will become a non-issue.
There's Emma Bowes, back to Peyton. Slowed down a little bit. Coach Conrad calling out some instruction, what he wants to see happen. There's a push in from Pilcher to Cohagen, back out. Bain with a big shot. Rolls in, I thought it was going to go away. Bain gets
good to see Bain. Bain is
2 points in there.
Bain's a kid that's not afraid to pull the trigger. Sometimes you got to put her gun on safety. But she made that one.
And last
and
second
they are
shot
going to
will
count it.
drop in
Yep.
as Beckman makes it 26-18 as we close out the the first half, and we'll do scoring here after a little bit. But we can hand the Go ahead and get the Luke Baldwin filth off that headset and bring in Joe Smines and Coach. Just have the AD hat on tonight, but had 2 games this week. Talk through that Tuesday night, Grundy Center.
Yeah, really good win over really good basketball team, Grundy Center. Grundy coming off a state football championship. And then, they return a bunch of players that played last year, a really good sophomore class. And they look like football players, 6'3", 6'4", some 6'5" guys. So not a great matchup for us in that regard, but our guys did an outstanding job. Grundy's 6-1. They lost AP very close, so it was back and forth the whole way. We got down by 6, I think, in the fourth, and we had a really good run to go up, and then we hung on to win the ball game. So a really good win over a really good basketball team. And then put O-line last night in our third conference game of the year and shot the ball very poorly from 3. We were 4 for 32 from 3, but took care of the ball, played really good defense, and found a way to win by 25. So not our best effort from 3, but otherwise everything else is really good. So really good week for us.
Talk about difference coming off, the last game before break, getting some time off, getting some practice in, getting a scrimmage in there. What are you seeing differently from the first half of the season compared to now?
That was a really good Christmas break. No weather issues. Got a full week of practice in. Got a good scrimmage down in Benton with 3 other schools. We were really looking forward to the second half of the year. Felt like we were rounding into shape with our 7 guys and settling into rotation. Then early in the first quarter against Grundy Center, Landon breaks his ankle. He'll be out 6 to 8 weeks. So now we had to kind of reconfigure what that looks like for us. So we're still trying to go through that a little bit, obviously, with only having 1 day of practice and 1 game. But our guys have done a great job. We've kind of hung our hat on playing small this year, and then he actually obviously comes in off the bench for us and has done a really nice job. But with some guys still trying to find themselves a little bit. Treptow started the year off very well for us, and I'd say he struggled a little bit, but he kind of regressed a little bit from shooting the ball, but then really played well last night again. So still working through some youngness with a young team, and but our defense has been outstanding the whole year, and hopefully we can shoot the ball a little better as we go here. Yeah,
you talk about, I guess, the youngness of the team, and you've got three seniors in there with Dahl and Durham and Yexley.
Yep.
But just even the growth of those young guys coming through, and we've talked about it too with Treptow, really had to grow up in the football season,
quickly,
right?
Yep.
And then rolled into basketball. It's like Ryan, but some of those guys, more reps, more minutes, they're growing on the floor.
Yeah, you think about it, we only had 2 guys that really played last year. And Jack's obviously played for 2 years, and this is Brevin's Brevin's first year starting. So, those guys are fairly experienced, and even Brevin's still trying to work through some. He's playing a little undersized in the post, but doing an outstanding job. And then talk about Durham. Durham, a kid that a fresh soft player for 2 years, played JV last year, and has done a really nice job for us. Hit some big shots against Grundy Center. Hit some big shots versus Union for us. Jacob Yexley, a guy that's really improved immensely from last year in his whole high school career. He had 8 points last night. He had double figures over at Bosco, doing a really nice job for us. Then you look at, Kale Shizzle, who last year I think maybe would have played a little bit for us early in the year, but he tore his knee up in the Jamboree in his sophomore year. And I think Kale right now is 3rd in the state in 3-pointers made. And then he's really done a nice job. He always does a good job defensively, but really shooting the ball well. You look at Treptow, like you said, he had to grow up fast, and I thought he was so tremendous this year during football season. I mean, he did a great job at quarterback, a guy that I think could have played for us a little bit last year on the varsity level. Really didn't need him to, and he's done a great job. He's playing a little out of position, too, this year because we got Jack at point, obviously, so Ryan can play off the ball, and Ryan impacts the game in so many different areas. Rebounding, defense, tip balls, then he can score some. He had a really good third quarter last night, so it's a fun group, just a really good group, really good defensive group. And like I said, we're still trying to learn how to play a little bit with our 5-guard lineup out there predominant time. So, but they worked their butts off. This group hasn't had a bad practice yet, so hopefully we can keep that going to keep getting us better because we know we got some tough games coming next week with Hudson and Wapsie.
Yeah, we're getting to the part of the schedule where you're going to start seeing some guys again, right?
Yep.
Seeing some teams again.
Yep.
But when you look at those teams that you're coming up against, are they coming at you like you thought they'd come at you? With the way they're going to play defense and the way they're going to play?
Yeah, early in the year, like we talked maybe early in the year, we're not quite sure what you're getting with teams all the time, and I think teams were a little maybe caught off guard by us. I think we thought we were going to be pretty good, and I don't know if teams necessarily thought that, considering we lost a ton of good players last year. That second time around in conference play is a whole different deal. Teams know you more. There's more out there on film. There's adjustments being made. I thought 0-1 was going to play us a certain way last night, and they didn't play us that way. They played us pretty much straight up. And I think we'll see some other stuff as we go here. But the nice thing about our group is, we've had 6 guys scoring we've had 7 guys scoring double figures this year for us already. So I think we feel like now with Landon being out, we got 6 guys we think can score the basketball for us. And, obviously having Jack score 25 a game is a great luxury, but we've gotten other great contributions. I think Kale's had a 20-point game this year. Treptow's had a 20-point game. So we feel like we got other ways that we can score the ball. And the great thing about, I think we got tough guys on defense. We're not going to wow you with our size, obviously. Brevin and Kale, they do such a good job defensively. We feel like we can match up intensity-wise with most teams, and we switch a lot of stuff, and it gives us a chance to be successful. And our biggest thing is rebounding. We're undersized. We're pretty much everybody we play. Last night I think we were -4 rebounding, which is basically a win for us. So, we got to try to keep that deficit to minimally 0 if possible. So, but that's kind of the only thing that really hurts us right now is our rebounding and a little bit of 3-point shooting at times. But this group has done a great job so far. I'm sure we'll see stuff as we go. Hudson and Wapsie are notorious for doing random things to you. Both teams are well coached, and obviously we'll get AP again here on the second half of the year. And Sumner Fred, does a lot of weird stuff too. So that's part of this deal in the second half of the year is planning for all those eventualities, and also for us, we got to stay out of foul trouble. With only playing 6 guys right now, we can't afford foul trouble at all.
Right. Well, I guess you get into this week, Tuesday and Friday, both on the road. Hudson 6-4 at this point. Wapsie 8-1 at this point in the season. Like you said, 2 teams strongly coached with that skill set there. But I guess going on the road, you've been home twice this week, and then you go back on the road for a full week.
Yeah,
that changes things.
We've had 6 out of 9 at home, and our 3 games on the road, we've won all 3 on the road so far this year. We've played really good on the road. Hudson's a very good basketball team. Don't let that their 6-4 record is not indicative of the type of team they have. They've lost some close games. They've lost to some good teams. They lost to AP. They've lost to Grandview, who's number 1 in 1A, and they've lost to Wapsie. So they've lost to some really good basketball teams. They've had guys that have played now for 3 years. They're kind of a lot like us a little bit, play kind of a smaller lineup and bring a bigger guy off the bench. So it'll be a heck of a basketball game Tuesday night. And then obviously Friday's our 4th conference game. Wapsie's undefeated in the league as we are, and they have a big guy, about 6'7" guy, averaging about 25. So, that'd be really the first true big guy we've played that's a high level player. So, and Marty does a great job obviously over there. So, a tough week for us, but it's never easy in the NICL.
Well, Coach, congrats on the wins this week, and we will talk to you on the road next week.
Thank you.
Head coach Joe Smines for Jesup Basketball. Return here in a couple minutes on the J-Hawks Sports Network. Back on the Jayhawk Sports Network from Heartland Technology as we get ready for the second half action here shortly with Jesup. I'm still trying to figure out where that echo is coming from. Still trying to figure out, I don't know. We'll figure it out someday.
Here's the thing, though.
Oh, let's turn your mic on, how that works.
What I did come to find out is we only hear that echo in our headphones.
Yeah.
They don't hear it.
No.
So
No.
when we were getting a kick out of ourselves that night, everybody was probably like, Jesus, are these guys drunk?
Well,
Which
I did go back through it going, okay, I don't hear that either.
Yeah.
It's just us. I don't know, like there was a gas leak somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, underway
Nice pass underneath
as
the Pilcher.
Jesup first on the board in the second half. Laney Pilcher gets her to double numbers at 12. Again, Laney works through the season averaging 26 points per game. And 50% from the field, and she has no problem with rebounds as well. As she goes all the way to the end, Saylor had it, but Peyton Bowes will pick it up and put it in there as she's in the scorebook now with 4.
That's a nice catch and attempt by Saylor. She didn't get the roll, but the good thing is she got the ball up there, and we had trailers that were able to rebound it and get it in the basket. So all good.
Osterhaus again leads this team with 10 points per game, has yet to score for the Blazers. Bring it near side to McDermott, who does not play to her size.
There's Lansing just standing and rebounding flat-footed. 6-footer for Beckman.
Lenny in the box, looked like she was going to dish it out. Takes the shot.
Probably could have kicked that one back. She was a bit of a distance from the backboard when she tried to put that off the glass.
Cross court. Myers with a touch on it. 20 seconds in that shot clock. Myers with a 3 attempt.
Got it.
I think that's the first one this game for Beckman.
Bolden
one from the arch.
Bolden and Bain set to check in at the next dead ball. If I had to guess, they were going to come in for Nesbitt and Peyton Youngblood. That's my prediction.
Triple team on Laney. Gets it out to Bowes. She had to force that. Nesbitt pulled up, looked at his shot, took it back out. Laney coming right side. Bowes had an opportunity. Actually, Youngblood had an opportunity. Now Laney forced baseline. There's Youngblood. Gets it in her hands. Quick response.
Just need to square up a little bit. That was a nice pass by Laney and nice catch by Youngblood.
Lansing.
Good defense
Wide
there.
open, can't get it to go. Got that assist down low. Now Laney looks at Peyton Bowes, twirls around. There's Peyton Youngblood.
Take that, Olivia.
Nesbitt inside the paint, 9 foot, no good. Youngblood chases it. Saylor with the ball. Peyton Bowes with it.
Got it.
3-pointer straight on. Take her to 7.
So along with Bain and Adriana Bolden, we've got Cohagen set to check in for the Jayhawks, and we're going to see Schmidt and Lehman come in for Beckman at this dead ball here.
So foul underneath, and that will send, that'll be Nesbitt. Is that going to be Nesbitt's 3rd personal?
That's at Saylor. It was on Saylor.
Saylor's first personal.
Yep.
And the first team foul of the half for the Jayhawks.
I think Nesbitt's still sitting with 2. She got those 2 early ones and has done a nice job of staying out of trouble since then. And that will send Nesbitt, Youngblood to the bench.
So 3 substitutions coming in.
Well off the mark for Beckman on that one.
Seen that a few times tonight.
Yeah, shooting on both ends of the court has not been stellar.
Peyton slows things down. There's Laney Pilcher with it. Covered closely by McDermott. Little
Good
dish
feed.
into Pilcher, up on over the rim. Cohagen actually, Cohagen fighting for that, along with Lehman.
That was a great feed by Sage Bain over the defense to Pilcher.
Jump ball for Beckman. Give it back towards Jesup. That should happen again. McDermott wide open three. Rim no good. Peyton Bowes scoops it up. Trying to work on a fast break
Take it
left
up there.
side.
Yeah, there you go,
and
girl.
Trips up. And the whistle will blow.
Peyton's gotten so much more confidence with that drive. It wasn't so long ago she would have pulled that out, but she's doing a nice job taking that at the defense and drawing the foul.
Foul against Osterhaus.
Beckman fans not liking the foul, but that's a foul all the way.
Third personal for Osterhaus. On her own, fast break, and she's finally in the scorebook.
Osterhaus is a good-looking basketball player. She just looks, she's got that basketball body, you know, tall, lanky, but strong.
Pilcher, turnaround jumper, 9 foot. Gets her own rebound. Ball gets away. Pitch looked maybe she had caught her foot there a little bit. Runs down, little grimace on her face.
She got twisted up a little bit for sure.
Bolden sticks her hand in there, and they're going to call her with that foul.
She picked a couple of those up last night, and I don't think she's recognizing what she's doing. But anytime you get your, you know, if you're reaching with one hand for the ball and you have your other hand around the offensive player, that's going to be a foul every time.
You wanted to do that to me, didn't you?
I did. I was going to do that, but then I
felt a little awkward.
I was like, wait a minute, there's no camera here. But then I was like, I'm going to do it anyway.
I definitely need a frosty beverage then. There's Bolden. She'll come inside of the paint, dish it out to Peyton Young or Sailor Youngblood. Bolden tried to get the shot, had it stripped out of her. She looked to the officials like,
yeah, she's got to leave that in the air. She took a dribble. She would have gone right up with it. That was probably 2 points for her.
10-point game. 3:11 to go. Youngblood down in that corner, trying to get it to Peyton Youngblood, but the turnover will have Blazers coming back towards that south end.
Let's go, Jayhawks. Take care of that ball.
And over the back on the dribble, McDermott frustrated with herself as we'll see Bain and Nesbitt come in off the bench.
That's going to take Pilcher and Cohagen to the side for a breather.
Give her a rest.
Oh, near double dribble for Youngblood.
Youngblood in that corner.
I'd like to see Olivia Nesbitt take a drive or just drop a three. Got to look at that hoop, Nesbitt. Make yourself a threat.
We'll dish out. Sailor loses touch of it, and it'll come back towards Beckman.
And
got aggressive on it.
Foul, yeah. So she's going to head to the side. Pilcher back into the game.
Yeah, really, when Laney's not in there, it's not as aggressive a play.
Tough going. As you commented in the pregame, you know, Laney accounts for 50% or more of our offensive output, so she's kind of one of those girls that we need on the court. Also leads all rebounders for the Jayhawks.
Myers with that shot, three-pointer up, looked like it was going to come out, comes back through the hoop on the bounce. 2-minute mark, third period.
Nice give and go.
Bolden comes up short inside.
Get there and stop her, Peyton. Good defense by Sage. Skip pass out of bounds.
Will be Jesup's ball. Reset that shot clock.
That skip. Peyton Bowes back into the game. That skip pass, you wouldn't see that back in the, like when my dad, for example, coached. I mean, you threw that cross-court pass. It better be the perfect scenario, otherwise you were probably not going to stay in the game. But the skip pass is so common now to get the defense off balance. And
Schmidt had it. Back over to McDermott now in that far corner. The aggressor is Lehman as she puts it up and draws a foul. Go to the free throw line.
Nesbitt with the foul. She just couldn't help herself to bring that hand down. They called that on Sage, huh? Was Sage behind her? I didn't even. Nesbitt was the one that dropped her hand on her, but.
Second personal on Sage Bain, and Cohagen will come in to replace her. 1:13 to play, third period. Dyersville, Beckman, and Jesup on a Saturday matinee. JV girls varsity this afternoon. JV did get the win 49-26 earlier.
Beckman creeping back into this, continuing to claw away at that difference.
Will turn in the lane. Pilcher gets caught up. Laney sitting with 12 points. She got off to a quick start. I think with 4 points earlier in this quarter, but just has struggled to get past the defense of Beckman to get a ball through that hoop. She's a 50% free throw shooter as well. Actually, let's make that correction. 75% free throw shooter Laney Pilcher is. She drops that one.
That's quite a correction. 25%.
Yeah, I just tacked on another 25%. Actually, I could say 75.8% if you want. More specific. Under a minute.
Jayhawks in that 2-3 zone.
McDermott, little push in, doesn't go for Lehman. That Youngblood holds onto that ball, across midcourt, back to Pilcher. She eyes that hoop. She has a way of bringing that ball down the floor, and like you talked about, Luke, knowing where that hoop is and having your defense know that you're watching where that ball is too.
Yep, for sure. Pilcher has a very high basketball IQ. It's going to be a jump ball. Stick with Jayhawks. Way to get on the ground. Peyton Youngblood. Peyton Bowes was in there as well.
Jayhawks were up by 8 at half. Up by 1 at the first quarter. And timeout on the floor is wanted, a full timeout taken by head coach Jordan Conrad. And making some adjustments there. I would say the speed of play has slowed considerably here in the later part of this third quarter.
Yeah, and I don't know if the defense has been all that much better, but I think there's just girls are getting in the way of play more. Maybe one way to put it. It's definitely been a messier game, I think, in the second half. But Jesup maintaining that. Let's see, we had an 8-point lead. I think we had it up to 10-12 at one point. Beckman clawing back in it.
Coming up this week, Wapsie Valley is the Friday game. Hudson, the game happening on Tuesday nights, and looking ahead as far as games back at home for the Jayhawks. And here on the Jayhawks Sports Network, Sumner Fred coming up 1 week from Tuesday, so not until the 17th.
It's good. My vocal cords need to rest.
Or we'll just outsource it like you did last week.
It's been hard work, Nate. I mean, I had to prepare statements, prepare speeches,
sign autographs.
Really took
deflect the groupies.
Really takes a toll on a guy.
Seems like it.
Nice turn and shot by Pilcher.
See if the last second shot can get off from McDermott.
Boy, almost had it. McDermott does have a little shiner there, doesn't she? She might be a fighter on top of a basketball player.
Yeah, you don't maybe want to mess with her.
No.
16 points for Pilcher as we close through 3 quarters. And 7 points for Peyton Bowes. Otherwise, anybody, I guess, other than Emma Bowes, anybody who's been in the game has scored for the Jayhawks. I guess Adriana Bolden is the exception to that as well. But she's really stepped in there and played the role where she needed to play tonight, too.
Yep. Absolutely, she's done a nice job. She had a few really nice entry passes, some give and goes that resulted in points. And the same thing with I mentioned Sailor Youngblood before. You know, Saylor's a girl, she doesn't show up in the stats a lot because she doesn't have a ton of points, but you know, she gets a lot of steals. She gets her body in the place that results in a lot of points for other people. So, and you know, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sophomores and 1 freshman that are getting a ton of time this year, and that's only going to result in a better team as we go along. Now, you know, we will lose Pilcher next year, which is a huge loss. There's no other way to say that, but there's always girls that come out of the woodwork, step up, and keep the machine moving forward.
Yeah, you see it across sports as a whole. I don't think it's to be a rebuilding year.
Yeah.
But you always forget there's people waiting in the wings that are waiting for their chance to step in and show what they can do.
Yep. And there's also people that, you know, put a summer of hard work in, and they come back a year from now and they're, you know, 100 times stronger than anybody expected them to be.
37-27.
Nice. I was going to say, nice step through by McDermott there. Draws the foul, going to go to the line, shoot a pair.
Yeah, McDermott, she's a senior guard in this team, just 5'3", averaging a little over 5 points per game, but she does not play to her stature.
Slight in stature. What's the second half of that? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm going to let you dig your own.
Anyway,
on that one.
I would guess that black eye came from that physicality we've seen all day here.
Shot comes up, no good on the free throw.
Pilcher with the rebound.
Jesup, a little more time than usual, getting across midcourt.
Peyton Bowes dribbling out front.
Drawing off Osterhaus, and Osterhaus gets a hand on that. Osterhaus definitely athletic.
Yeah.
And there's Lansing,
Left
side.
Pilcher, nothing much she could do about that. She's got 2 fouls, but I think she knew that if she was going to affect that shot, she was also going to send her to the line and potentially give her a 3-point play.
Laney,
Nice
right-hander, draws the foul, and she gets a chance to tack one on. Take her to 18 points, I believe, is where she's sitting at right now. And we've seen it throughout the year. She starts off slow, obviously because she's getting more defensive pressure just because of her stat sheet, but she finds a way to wiggle out of that as the game moves on.
Yep.
$19 points, averaging 26.4
little push
this
off
year.
McDermott with the slight push off, no call.
Osterhaus has
Stay
a little
straight.
push in.
Stay
Lansing takes on a little bit. Back-to-back baskets for Lansing.
It's good defense by Olivia Nesbitt. Straight
Lansing.
up, didn't give her a foul.
6 seniors on this squad for Beckman head coach Chad Thomason. And Lansing is one of those, along with McDermott, Steffen, Myers, Schmidt, all players we've seen tonight. Osterhaus trying to 3.
No good. Boy, we got to have
McDermott sneaking in there.
That's, you know, we got to have that rebound.
Now Youngblood trying to convert on that fast break. Osterhaus pulls down that rebound. 9-point margin for the Blazers. Making the 45-minute drive over here from Dyersville.
Laney says, I'm taking this to the hoop and I'm going to make it.
And she does. Counted on it. 21 points in the book. 5-minute mark to go in the game. Osterhaus tries the 3. That's a high archer.
I'm surprised she doesn't have more points. She's got 6 on the evening.
I think early on she just wasn't She just wasn't getting the shots early on.
Peyton Youngblood with her second 3 of the game. Big basket, needed that one as we saw Beckman just hit one of their own on the previous possession. Lob pass to no one. Sage Bain, Bolden, Adriana Bolden into the game. And who else came in? I missed somebody. Cohagen, Scout Cohagen.
Peyton Bowes running that one. Comes across the Jayhawk logo. Bain down in that corner, one of the sophomores. And whistle on the near side as Coach would like a timeout. And Coach Conrad up by 11, but still not satisfied with where his team needs to be at this point.
4 minutes and 20 seconds to play. It's still anybody's game. He's going to take a minute and talk things over with the girls, make sure they've got their marching orders correct, and see if we can't close this baby out.
Looking ahead this week in athletics, JV high school wrestlers will be at Cedar Falls tomorrow afternoon for a meet. Heading to Tuesday, we talked about JV boys and girls basketball going to be at Hudson. There will be no fresh soft, or maybe there's 2 quarters of fresh soft happening with the boys on Tuesday. And into Thursday, junior high 8th, 7th and 8th boys going to be at home with BPAP Middle School. Wrestling on the road to AGWSR for a high school meet. Friday, head up to Wapsie Valley. Will not be a fresh soft game for the boys' side, but JV varsity boys and girls up at Wapsie on Friday. And I hate to say it, but the season, you can almost sniff the end of it.
Seems like it just started, didn't it?
Yeah, high school wrestling a week from today over at Hudson. Yeah, we just got the year started. Bolden, baseline, looking for an opportunity. She thought for the shot, and Osterhaus takes it away.
Osterhaus on the move. You got to stop that ball because she will take it to the rack or do that. You want to stop that ball well beyond the three-point line. You let her get inside the free throw line, and she's going to be scoring points.
And that'll be called against Sage Bain. That'll be her 3rd. Back of the rim, no good. Osterhaus. And we talked almost 11 points per game for her.
Remember Greg Osterhaus?
Yeah. Is there a connection? Or did you have a story?
No. Who'd he play for? Did he come out of Iowa somewhere? He played in the NBA, but Peyton Bowes gets picked, and that's going to result in 2 for Beckman, so we need to do a better job of hanging on to that basketball. Those are the things you don't want to see happen late in the game here.
Got some bench points there as Schmidt is on the board.
Out to
lean to Cohagen. Tries to force that up. And there was McDermott looking out of her peripheral vision.
Trying to draw the foul there off Bowes. McDermott will shoot that. That is a wild shot. I don't know how she's made 2 of them tonight.
It's almost 1950-ish.
Yeah. Sage Bain potentially bailed out there. That looked fairly clean, but maybe got some hand in there. So she's going to go to the charity stripe and shoot a pair.
It's whatever works for you.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, McDermott, she's knocked down 2 of them tonight, right? I think.
Yeah. So Bain missed that first free throw. We'll see Nesbitt come in. Cohagen will step out as she was visiting with Coach Conrad. A little over 3 to go in the game.
Bain will get that second one to fall.
3 points, 3 fouls for Bain tonight. Cross that midcourt. Stop jump. We'll force over to Schmidt.
Nice block by Olivia. That was nothing but ball, but then Jayhawks can't keep their hands on it. It goes out of bounds. Sailor Youngblood, she's going to come back in for Sage Bain. Haven't seen a ton of rotation from Beckman. They do rotate 4 to 5 girls, but pretty consistent group for long stretches.
There's a Shelby Perk who is pretty high up in some stats, and I don't see her tonight out on the floor. I don't know if we have an injury or she's out.
I like the way Peyton pushes that ball. She goes about one dribble too far, and she gets herself behind the backboard where she can't really do anything with it. Either find a way to get that up a step earlier or dump it off to somebody or just pull it out. That's always an option too.
Coach Jordan Conrad takes a timeout. Just looking back through here, when you look Jesup, their last game before break, got the win 63-51 on the road over to South Hardin, Eldora. But have come out of break, like we have said, Grundy Center, Olwine. 2 close games, 54-52, 63-60, both losses. Tight games, and, Jesup's right in there. But as we opened up with, trying to eliminate committing so many fouls and trying to make the shots, and Jesup's done that so far this game.
Yep. Peyton Bowes got it at the top, setting the offense up.
And pressure defensively. Nesbitt has to force it to Bolden, comes out of bounds off the green and yellow of Beckman.
Myers into the game for Beckman. She's going to replace Schmidt. Nesbitt felt like she got a little bit of foul there.
Bowes, the intended receiver, does get as it rolls off McDermott, high up on that backboard.
Now stop ball.
And here comes Osterhaus down to the attempt for Lansing, and it comes out of bounds.
Nice idea by Osterhaus to Lansing there, just similar to what I was talking about on the other end. Lansing just too far underneath the hoop to do much with it.
Pilcher double team, needs to get that across the midcourt, finally does. Bowes gets the shot, push it, and Nesbitt. Nice relay.
Nice job. Nice hesitation by Olivia. Let the defense go over top and then go up with it.
6 points for her. Approaching the 92nd mark. And Lansing will get dinged by Nesbitt. And send her to the free throw line.
Man, that sounded like all ball to me.
Lansing averaging almost 9 points per game. Tonight she is sitting at 11. That's the 4th personal foul against Nesbitt.
Peyton Youngblood into the game. Adriana Bolden out.
Left-handed free throw. Rolls in. Got a 10-point game again.
Coach Thompson, Beckman calling the timeout. He's wants 30 seconds to chat.
Chad Thomason, the head coach for Beckman, assisted by Jill Nipper and Becca Weber. Jordan Conrad, head coach the J-Hawks. Jason Pilcher, his assistant, and he led the JV to a win tonight, 49-26. Was assisted by Roger Oberhauser, Taylor Sickles, Bruce Wall, Erica Bass on the girls' side. But Coach Wall on the sideboards tonight. Good to keep him out of trouble. Got to give him a job.
Absolutely. Those math teachers, they're never up to any good.
No.
Boy, that was a nice pass.
Wow. They're finding the openings and the opportunities. Youngblood will have it to Pilcher. She's trying to slow things down, and she will get fouled. That's not who you want to send to the free throw line.
No, Myers commits the foul there. I can't believe Coach Thomason is thrilled about that one. Inbound on the far side. Still $1:29 to go in this game. Neither team in bonus. So is Looks like the shot clock didn't reset there. So official timeout to ask for a reset of the shot clock, and we'll try this again.
Beckman coach Chad Thomason, will debate with the official on where that shot clock should actually be for Jesup.
Coach Thomason is right. He should have 4 seconds taken off.
So make that adjustment here. Well, no, they're going to leave it or just going to wait.
I'm not sure what they're doing there.
Pressure down at the other end, and there was question, did Bose go out of bounds? But Beckman put a hand on it out of bounds.
She absolutely went out of bounds. That was a missed call by the refs there.
And I don't think that official was down far enough to even get a good angle at it.
No.
And double team, Vosterhaus ding Pilcher, and this is how this game is going to finish. Little bumper cars back and forth. Both teams are in the bonus, so we're shooting 1-1 as Pilcher, again, a 75% plus free throw shooter.
So the fans may be getting a bit heated here, but it seems like cooler heads are prevailing on the court where it really matters. Refs doing the best they can.
And that'll be the 5th personal foul against Lesbian Nesbitt as she will foul out and send her to the bench. So Bain, Sailor Youngblood, Peyton Youngblood, Lady Pilcher, and Peyton Bose all in the game for the Jayhawks. The white unis, orange and blue trim. Free throw up, no good, off the hands of Lehman, who's come off the bench to play for the Blazers. Double team from Pilcher, finally gets across midcourt.
McDermott, Lansing, Osterhaus, and Myers
Pilcher
in there as well for the Beckman.
Pilcher avoiding getting fouled as she's just running away, trying to prevent this game from going any longer.
And they will finally foul out, and that's going to be a 1-1 situation. Finally, in the bonus.
Free throw up from Pilcher.
Got it.
Take her to 22 tonight. And the 1-1, both teams here. Jesup in that's 17 fouls. Beckman on the 8. 30-second timeout is wanted.
Coach Conrad, I believe, called that. So probably talking about, okay, we've got a 12-point lead here, ladies. Let's continue to work that clock like you just did and make them either foul or join them in letting the time expire. So I think it's, well, knock on artificial wood, I think it's safe to say that the Jayhawks will come out of here with a win today, which is sorely needed after dropping their last 3. 2 of them very close. Well, actually all 3 of them very close. I think that one before the break was, if I remember right, a fairly close one as well.
Girls rankings in the state. I'll go to Bishop Garrigan, number 1 in 1A. Dyke New Hartford, number 1 in 2A. We got Parker's AP down in number 14 spot. As back in action here as we close out this last quarter. And a forced up shot, no good for Beckman as we do have Shea Steffen back in the game, and she will foul Sage Bain.
Sage going to go to the line, shoot a pair.
And Sage this year, 6 of 11 from that free throw line. Coming into tonight, 54.5% as a sophomore.
She's going to go ahead and get that first one, see if she can make it 2 in a row.
Take her to 4 points tonight. Yeah, she's
can't get the second, but that's consistent with her average.
big shot from McDermott. Rolls around. There's Youngblood with it. Peyton Bowes, she's going to get wrestled to the ground by McDermott. Give her 2 points on that takedown.
Peyton says, can we get a whistle a little quicker next time, maybe?
No near fall points,
Yeah.
though. Jesup in that double bonus. Jesup will clear the lane of any players other than the shooter. 20.6. Back of the rim, no good.
This is one of those games where if you're the Jesup crowd, you just need to start making some noise. You know, it's so quiet in here that it's got to be an anxious moment for the one shooting the ball and everybody looking.
Both get missed by Peyton Bowes, sophomore, starter. Osterhaus to take a deeper three, misses. Laney will have it, 12 seconds to play. Trying to chase away from that defense. Over to Peyton Youngblood. And they're just going to let it play out here, and that'll be the final. 51-38. As Laney Pilcher will end with 23 points tonight. Peyton Bowes with 7. Peyton Youngblood has 6. 6 for Olivia Nesbitt, who fouled out. 4 for Sage Bain. Basket for Sailor Youngblood, as well as Cohagen. Leading scorer for Beckman tonight was Lansing, coming off the bench. Actually, not off the bench. She was the 5th starter. 13 points for her. Leading scorer on the team, Osterhaus, throughout the year, finishes with 6 points. But, when you compare what you've seen this week, 3 times this week, Luke, you've seen the girls' team improve play tonight.
Yeah, they got better each time out. Certainly Tuesday was kind of the bottom of the barrel. Last night was a great effort. Just, at the very end it didn't go our way. And then tonight, much cleaner basketball. There was ups and downs. We're just not a great offensive team. We missed too many bunnies, too many free throws. We've got to make those easier shots. But all in all, they're back on track, got a win under the belt. They're back up above 500, and we can look forward to next week, riding the high of a win.
So as we move on, we'll not return to the air until January the 17th with boy-girl doubleheader against Sumner Fredericksburg. I believe that's 1 week from this coming Tuesday. We invite you to follow us along on Twitter and Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can watch the entire game again on replay on YouTube or on Facebook or any other previous athletic events. For Luke Baldwin and our on-site producer Anthony Bogg, camera operator Eric Clark, I'm Nate Claybert from the upper patio of our South Gym. Jesup beating Dyersville Beckman tonight by a score of 61-38 is that final. Or is it 51-38?
61-38.
61-38.
Yes.
I can't read my own writing. Anyway, this is the Jayhawks Sports Network from Heartland Technology. Music courtesy of bensound.com. Go Jayhawks, and good night.